Hey, welcome to the Ski Selling Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Matt Dayton. Today we got a lesson on what's happening in our market right now. We've got some great stuff for you. We're going to take a look at the top 3 picks in the MLS. We're going to take a look at what's happening in Summit County, just a little bit on the market. And we got a special guest today. We're going to talk about some things impacting real estate with insurance. So everybody loves talking about insurance. So we're going to go right into insurance. So I'm here with my host, Benji. Benji does. Hey, Benji.
Howdy do.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I always say howdy do, and it's like this passing thing where I'm hoping somebody just be like, all right, and just keep going.
Howdy do.
I'm okay.
That's what is that Howdy Doody show? Are you old enough to Howdy Doody show?
My dad used to talk about howdy doody, and I've seen like some episodes on YouTube, but yeah, it's not my thing.
No, I don't think I would have gotten into it, but Barney wasn't my thing, and none of that. So, yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for being here. Before we go much further, if you would do a little like and subscribe, always appreciate that. Either way, I really appreciate you being here and watching. So, what do we got on the lineup today?
Well, first thing I've got is our special guest. We've also got what's happening out in Summit County, real estate news, market update, and then we've got those top 3 deals at the end of the show we go over.
Cool. We got our special guest, Jon Crowe. Is he in a closet? Where we got him?
Let me see if I can bring him up real quick. Boop. All right.
Hey, Jon.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
So Jon has been you've been up here since 2020.
Moved here in 2000. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
24 years.
I know.
24 years. All right. And what brought you up here to Summit County?
Insurance. Actually, was moved out here with captive company, and was with them for basically 4 years, and then my wife and I decided, hey, we'll break off and do our own. So we started the Crowe Insurance Agency in 2005, and so I've been doing insurance up here since then.
Awesome. Well, Jon, you're my go-to for 2 things. One is every time I have insurance questions, and then you're like a couple of years ahead of me with kids. So every time I have kid questions,
man, tell you what, insurance is a whole lot easier to answer than kid questions. I'll tell you that.
Oh man. Well, you always have good advice on the kid questions. So yeah, the latest was, what to do when your kid wants to go to a woodsy.
The woodsy. Yep.
Yeah. So we survived that one. Thank you. Appreciate your sound advice. You're a wise man.
Tell you what, I appreciate that, but you must have me mistaken with somebody else.
Yeah, I'll definitely appreciate all the counsel. So, in the insurance world, we are seeing some of these HOAs go through the roof because of property insurance. Is that all your fault?
Yeah, some people, some of the calls I receive, I think some people think that, but
it's all your fault, Jon.
Yeah. And it's not just the HOAs. It just seems to be any type of home insurance across the board, and even auto and other insurances. But what I'll tell you, Matthew, is that I think what we're seeing, I don't see any one particular reason. I know I talked to a number of different insurance companies because I'm an independent agent. So my opinion, really, what I'm seeing is probably a combination. Probably the easiest thing is looking at inflation. We're seeing cost of materials, cost of labor. If you go look, at a hamburger that was five years ago, $15, now we're $22, $25. And it's everything else.
So we're talking rebuild costs, like if you had to replacement cost?
Well, when we're looking at insurance, that's what we're looking at is, what would it cost if something were to happen tonight? What would it cost tomorrow to rebuild your home? Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely we're going to be looking at that labor and materials, but also when you look at places like Summit County or Colorado in general, the cost of housing has just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And so what we're looking at is, say we're trying to insure $1 million home, 5 years ago, what's the value of that $1 million home today?
Sure.
We're also looking at just increased severity of claims like natural disasters, such as hail, wildfires, hail. I know we don't have a whole lot of it in Summit County.
Yeah. Why do I got to pay for, I never had anything damaged by hail.
Well, but what happens is when we look at insurance, I tell my clients is like, look at the spectrum. On one side of the spectrum, we're going to look at ourselves as an individual. What is our claims history? What is our specific home look like? Is it a condo, or is it, a single family home that's 2,000 square feet, or is it a single family home that's, 4,000 square feet? So there's a lot of the individual factors that go into that. But on the other end of the spectrum, you're going saying, well, hey, insurance is looking at their claim experience or losses that could be in the western region of the United States or Colorado. So it's a bigger picture. And that's where, things like hail, when you're dealing with a carrier that's going and looking and saying, hey, what are our losses in Colorado? Hail is a significant one. And I was on not too long ago with about 300 agencies and talking with an exec who was presenting, and they're saying things like hail, just a few years ago, they might have a hail claim where it's just the roof repair or replacement.
Okay.
So you're talking, maybe $5,000 to $25,000, $30,000. Now we're seeing, and I know I had 2 claims well into the 6 figures last fall, for hail.
Okay.
So
wow.
That's what I mean by severity.
Wow. Yeah, that's expensive.
But then, of course, we're not going to get rated in Summit County because of all the hail exposure on the Front Range, but it's still going to impact us. Okay. And that's what I kind of mean by that spectrum.
What are the things that we see that that directly correlate to our area as far as those rates going up?
I think what's happening with Summit County is that we're such a unique market. A lot of, say, the standard carriers, the carriers that you might see the commercial, while you're watching evening television or sports, they're geared a lot of the times to that more suburbia type of, hey, it's a primary home. I'm going to insure my home, my 2 autos, and so on and so forth.
Right.
In Summit County,
3.5 kids, right?
3.5 kids, 2.1, whatever, dogs, whatever. But in Summit County, we have such a unique insurance environment because so many of our homes, as you know, are second homes. And then you get into second homes. Well, what's the usage of it? Am I going to have that short-term rental? Is it going to be owned by a trust, maybe a partnership, an LLC, a partnership, for example, quarter shares? So you get a lot of unique situations that we run into in Summit County that you might not run into in, your common neighborhoods throughout the United States.
Okay.
Okay. As far as claim wise, what we're probably going to see is more and more carriers are requiring things like a reporting alarm. Okay. So if your temperature goes above a certain amount or below a certain amount, so for example, the temperature drops to, 45 degrees, it might alert a company and say, hey, something's wrong. And so help to prevent frozen pipes, because in Summit County,
that's what we
you
do.
get a frozen pipe, as a primary homeowner, you might discover that within a number of hours.
Yeah.
As a second home, it could be days.
Well, the water company will call you when you've had like 1,000 gallons worth of water flow into your house.
Well, I wish they would.
At some point, they do call.
So you would hope that would be the case, but now there's also systems called, like a water shutoff.
Yeah.
And I always kind of joke with my wife is maybe we should install one because we got 3 teenagers. So maybe after 15 minutes, it shuts off.
Just the shower.
In the shower.
You're cut off. Absolutely. I'm going to install automatic lights in all my rooms. Just, I don't own the power company.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
on a more serious basis, that's what could really help, the severity of a claim, because,
Okay.
if you've got a second homeowner has a frozen pipe and, even if they have a management company that goes and checks once a week, well, if they went and checked on Wednesday and the pipe breaks on Friday, it could possibly go for days, and the severity of that claim substantially increases.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. So there's some things that homeowners maybe can do to just kind of help keep their rates down with some of those things, maybe.
well, a lot of carriers are now giving discounts. So if you do have a professionally monitored alarm, so like the ADTs of the world, that
Mhm.
hey, if something happens, they'll give a discount for that. Unfortunately, we're not seeing the discounts yet with
Okay.
all the carriers. Of course, I'm talking general across the industry for things
Yeah.
like a ring type of system that you monitor yourself. Maybe
Right.
that will happen. But we definitely do see them for professionally monitored alarm systems. I think I'm seeing more carriers considering the water shutoff type systems.
Yeah.
Um, you know, but that's something that I think as we continue, just because the value of our homes, a lot of carriers are now requiring, especially on second homes, a reporting alarm.
Okay.
So yeah, does it give a discount? Yes, but it might also be an underwriting requirement for that carrier to even consider.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I mean, it just seems like the insurance thing is just keeps going in a bad direction. Do you feel like there's any light at the end of the tunnel with any of this?
We were joking earlier. Hopefully, it's not a train coming the other direction. But I think the state of Colorado just over a year ago, Governor Polis signed a bill called a FAIR Plan. And
Okay.
what a FAIR Plan! I know a lot of people are familiar with like flood insurance that's backed by FEMA. So if you're in a flood zone, you can buy flood insurance. Well, a FAIR Plan's kind of the same type of concept where if insurance carriers don't want to, or it's a high risk type of area. For example, FAIR Plan is to target things like wildfire, hail, and other exposures that your standard carriers are just don't really want to insure. Um, that is some hope, and so that was passed into law just over a year ago, and we're waiting
Okay.
for that to roll out.
Okay.
Um, how that will impact is still too early to tell, but it should have an impact to at least level out this constant rate increase. I mean, this year we're just seeing, 20, 30, 40, 50. I even had one that was 102% rate increase on their home insurance this
Wow.
year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if somebody's, in our area in particular, if they're looking for a property up here, are there any things like with a property that this is a red flag, you're going to have a hard time with insurance, anything like that that people should watch out for?
What I would say is be proactive. Okay. As far as specific properties, I mean, yeah, right now, a lot of carriers don't like trees. There's what's called a wildfire brush fire score.
Hmm.
And if it goes above a certain amount, certain carriers just simply will say, well, we're not interested. Okay.
Okay.
So that's probably a major one right now. Log homes, I'm not saying that they're, impossible to insure, but they've definitely been more difficult.
Okay.
Um, you know, but what I'd say is probably the best thing is that understand that insurance is an agreement between you and an insurance carrier, and that they're only willing to do so much risk in certain areas.
Sure.
So be proactive. Understand that you're not just going out to buy a gallon of milk or a gallon of gasoline. Be proactive, and if you've got a cutoff date to prove or see that you can get insurance for that property, I would suggest doing it as soon as you can, because you're probably not going to get a rate um, unless it's pretty straightforward, you know, even within 24 hours. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Something else that, I'd like to share with you, Matthew, is that, even if you bind your insurance, in the state of Colorado, an insurance carrier still has 30 days from the effective date to complete a more thorough underwriting process that may or may not include an on-site inspection. And
Okay.
that on-site inspection could just be more of a drive-by where the person gets out and looks on the exterior, or it could also include the interior. But what carriers are looking at once homes get to a certain value is to make sure that everything has been disclosed properly and make sure that there are not other exposures that they weren't aware of. So you might even get your coverage bound, but then also have what's called a midterm cancellation. So they might discover something. And I've run across a number of those because I hate to say it this way, but sometimes there's that saying, if the price is too good to be true, it likely is too good to be true.
Okay. No, that's good sound advice. So, well, awesome, John. I appreciate you being on here and giving your wisdom. And yeah, I'll be seeing you around the county, and I'm sure I'll be calling you up here soon to ask for either insurance advice or teenager advice.
Well, hey, either way, you're more than welcome to call me. So,
all right.
Look forward to seeing you out there on the trails.
Do me a quick favor. Do one of these. Thoughtfully ponder.
Yeah.
Like
the
this.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts, and look towards me.
I know, huh?
Okay, we got it.
All right.
Thumbnail.
All right.
I love it.
Well, thanks, Matthew.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one.
We'll
See you later, John. Awesome.
That was good. You both
he's
turned
wealth
the
of
wrong
knowledge,
way.
I love that guy.
I'm totally going to use that.
He's just he's down to earth, just solid, salt of the earth, Boy Scout troop leader.
Yeah. He was talking about the insurance rates for some people going up by 100%. That totally happened to me.
Did it really?
So crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. I was just like, I've been a member here for over a decade. Oh. I've never missed payments. I talked to you guys. Didn't matter.
No claims. Doesn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's really heartbreaking. And they're still the ones I chose. I'm not going to leave. What am I going to find? It's the same thing.
What are you going to do? Yeah, not much you can do. So, but.
Well, what's going on in Summit County? I've got the Bourbon and Bacon.
Yeah.
going on in Summit County.
That combo, it sounds delicious, but sounds like heartburn.
Oh, yeah, I try to steer away from heartburn.
I know, but man, it's bourbon and bacon. That sounds.
Look how fun this looks, though.
That must be just worth it. I think it'd be worth it.
Yeah,
I might do it.
It's really like this. There's this many people.
Yeah, so that's River Run there in Keystone,
and
they've got all these these tents. They serve this stuff up all different ways, and so you just go in there and just different varieties of bacon, things you can try out. I don't know if they got
there's a lot of people that are interested in it.
Is there? Yeah, look at that. So
well, check our blog and check our links. We'll have links for you if you guys are interested in checking them out.
Absolutely. I think it'd be a fun event, kind of the first kickoff for the season and the summer selling season in Keystone. So that's exciting to see. So it's usually from like the time Keystone closes mid-April till now, it's kind of tumbleweeds over there. So nice to see some.
Imagine tumbleweeds that high.
Yeah. No, we don't. Yeah, if we had them, they'd be there. All right.
Yeah. When I was in Texas one time, they just came rolling through. You can't stop them.
Oh, yeah.
They just keep coming. There's like houses that are halfway, like they're half as tall as the houses, just bunched up.
Bury you in,
crazy. Yeah.
And
then we've also got the Old Crow Medicine Show. What is that?
It's I think kind of like a country folk band. So they're going to happen over there at the Dillon Amphitheater. Okay. So that'll be tomorrow night. And you can you just Google Dillon Amphitheater, get tickets for that. Great venue. I love that venue. It's just got the amphitheaters overlooking the lake there. So you got just really nice setting. It's an amazing venue. So if you ever get a chance to go to the amphitheater, Dillon Amphitheater for a show, and that's where we do, like the church I go over to in Dillon, we do the Sunday morning services there. It's awesome. We got people coming from all over the country to go there. So
very cool.
Pretty cool.
Well,
Pretty
that's
cool.
what's happening in Summit County. Now we've got real estate news. I'll let you pick which one you want to talk about. We have a record-setting sale, and then there's also some new short-term rental policy things. Which one do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm sure we got some people's ears burning with the short-term rental policy one, so let's go to that.
Let's get it out of the way. All
Get
right,
it
bad
out.
medicine first. So here is what we're talking about. I'll get this up on screen here in just a second.
Yeah, so it's actually, I saw this like on the headlines. I went out, took the dog out Monday morning, and I saw Keystone Town Council to adopt initial short-term rental policy. I'm like, oh my, well, what could this possibly be? Because anytime you hear about short-term rental policies, it's always bad news.
Mhm.
All this really is basically they're going to have to take the rental management of some 2,000 rentals in Keystone from the county and put them into, because Keystone's now its own township. So they're just going to have to put them in the responsibility of the Keystone Township.
When did that happen? Was that a recent thing? I feel like I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. So Keystone is its own town now, which is, it was a mixed bag for people, but I think that it'll work out and it'll be a good thing, and they'll be able to kind of run things they want. They'll be able to put the money towards the things they want to put it towards. Okay. So, but I know it's good to start a new town.
So they're a town now, and this is their first ever. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So now they have to have a policy for regulating rentals, and being able to take complaints, and how you're going to do licenses and all that. One of the things that I thought was pretty interesting, as far as this article, though, is they said that there was only 17 complaints over short-term rentals in the past ski season. So of 2,000 rental units getting rented, most nights.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
They had 17 complaints. That was it.
That's nothing.
No. So I thought that was pretty profound. So
very cool. So they're going to have lots of firsts then.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of firsts.
This ain't the first.
Oh, man. I think of things in life that are challenges, but setting up a town,
yeah,
it's got to be up there.
Yeah, probably. I put together some IKEA furniture one time. That was pretty rough.
Yeah, that was, I had to make my way through IKEA. That was rough.
That is tough, man. When you get to that place where they're serving meatballs and stuff, it's like, where am I?
Yeah, I was just going, is this bed taken?
You know what? I saw a video this week. We're totally off topic, but there was some person in, I don't remember where it was, like Europe or China or something. They were walking through the local IKEA, and people just post up in those little living room spaces, like have lunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You could just imagine it's your living room and you're just going to live there.
Yeah.
I'm just turning it on. I'm trying out the kitchen.
Was it method acting? All right. So here it is, the historic Summit County Ranch that sold for more than $21 million. These pictures are really, really crazy too.
That is, and just gorgeous. I mean, absolutely incredible spot. And that's so Gore Range back there. You're driving north of Silverthorne is where you're going to come across this ranch. And I love that area. It's so pretty. Did I say pretty?
You did say pretty. It's so.
I was going to say beautiful, and then I changed.
I like it. I feel like it worked. But look at this. This is so cool.
Beautiful.
And stop it. And then now, like in the house that's on the property, what was it? I read it earlier.
Yeah, there's a big, I think it's like 6,000 square foot home on it.
Huge. It's just massive.
Massive house. You got
water
features. You got water rights. I'm sure that had to do with a bit of the price tag.
Yeah,
having water rights.
Water rights.
Yeah.
So nice.
But yes, I know right where this one is. Just past on the right there as you go through. So, never been back into it. I've got some friends that kind of have some places up, back in that area, and just
look how pretty the mountains are, and
that would be up there on the list of places to go.
Yeah,
live. So,
21 million. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't sell that one. I don't know. I must have been on a bike ride that day or something.
You're on a cruise. Yeah.
I missed a call. It was a spam number.
All right. Now we're up to the market update, so you can share your screen with us and tell us what's going on up there.
Yeah, let me do that. So starting to see a lot more people come into town. So that's the exciting part here.
Is it a summer thing?
Yeah. We're just finally kicking off. We got through, mud season. And we're starting to see people come in. So I think we're going to see things pick up and activity pick up, even though we're still seeing interest rates that are pretty high. Definitely seeing some buyer fatigue out there. So we're feeling that. Showings on listings have been down a bit. But in general, we've got days on market down here at the bottom have gone up by, I'll use these are my houses back here. You see my houses?
Yeah, I see them. I was going to ask you about these hieroglyphics. What's going on back here? We actually have a blackboard.
So class. So days on market, 22. We're up at 22 days on market more from this year to date. So it's actually up 83% for days on market. Historically, nothing that can be worried about as far as the number of days on market. We just had it so dang low. What else we got? We got 622 listings now. So we definitely seen our inventory growing with new listings. So we've seen our new listing inventory go up 24% for new listings. So a lot more stuff coming on over last year. And then average sales price is up by 14%. So now again, we got to take that with a little bit of a grain of salt because there are so many things factored in with the average sales price. I would say that it seems like more high-end properties are selling right now. I think we have a lot more cash buyers that have that kind of money to basically, it's a good, safe investment if there's some uncertainty about what the economy is going to do.
All righty.
Yeah.
Is that our update?
That's our update in a nutshell.
All right, in the nutshell. I love that movie. What's that? Oh, So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Help me. Mike Myers.
I will always love that guy.
He is so good.
Yeah. All right. So here we are. Here's our top 3 deals for this week. Let me see if I can get this open. Here we go. So we're starting at 2.25 million.
We're just going high right off the bat here. So we're actually just covering a few Breckenridge homes today. So I'm going to focus on Breckenridge.
This is 21 New England Drive, and here we are.
Yeah, Warriors Mark subdivision, just outside of town. And I like this area. You can actually access the ski area from here. So if you walk down that road over toward the left there, and then there's some trails that just take you over to the ski area. So you can ski pretty close in and out in this area. Kind of got to know what you're doing and where you're going, but you get the hang of it and you figure it out. So pretty sweet location though.
I always feel like these are stretch marks.
I'm never going to look at skiing the same way again. Thank you, Chris. I'm going to hang up my skis.
Don't do that. I'm not worth it. All right, here we go.
No. So, so kind of a traditional Victorian style house. That Victorian style was Breckenridge. That a lot of these homes are built with that style in mind, just trying to keep with that era. So it's not a must. Definitely in the old part of Breckenridge, Victorian style is a lot more common.
I like this.
Yeah. So
this is unlike most of the houses that I see up there.
Nice open floor plan, kind of still a little bit more 90s, built 94, and it has that feel a bit to it, but nice and open. You got nice open kitchen there.
Yeah. I like the light color on the wood.
Yeah. It keeps it bright. Lots of good light in here. So,
there's a lot of pictures.
I do have a lot of pictures just of this living room. So, yeah. Like I said, I love the vaulted ceilings, love the openness. Definitely screams 90s.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my grandparents had this room.
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of like, I mean, my folks are remodeling theirs right now, but it's got a lot of 90s in there. Yeah, my mom always does. She had purple carpet for a while.
Yeah, we had a green leather sofa, like not
We had a green leather
lime
sofa.
green,
Oh,
lime.
it wasn't lime green. This
It
was
was awful, and it had duct tape on the back of it. I think they had like a dog. The people who bought it from had a dog and just ripped the back open.
nice. Yeah, it was. We had a forest green leather sofa with purple carpet.
Yeah,
So.
ours was like neon green. It was hideous.
Well, this one, so the thing, so I love the location of this one. I think it's got great bones. It's got a ton of potential. I would, of course, live there as is, no problem. But it's listed for $675 a square foot, which is for this area and this kind of lot. It's a nice flat lot, good ski access. I think this is a good opportunity on this one. So I would jump on this one. I think it's a good buy.
Go back. Why won't it let me go back?
Go back. Swipe.
I'm swiping. Oh, here, there's an X up here. There we go. This next one is for $2.5 million. This is 427 North Fuller Placer Road.
Yes. So just on the other side of the valley. So you're going to pick up those big ski area views looking across the valley and lots of great sun. So I like this side of the valley for south exposure, great sunlight, great views, great sunsets, eggs sunny side up. Where else can we go with that?
Just start naming all the things you like.
Bike riding, great biking out there. So, and this one's got the garages. They got so many garages on this thing.
And so many decks. 1, 2,
and
3 of them.
Yeah, a lot of decks, a lot of great outdoor living spaces there. I love
the front door. Look at that.
Yeah, that is a cool front door.
It's all carved up. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, you come in, they got lots of beautiful woodwork, lots of stone, tons of stone, and then
big
of course
windows.
Of course, these views.
That view is incredible.
Yeah, awesome views.
Wow.
So, and this guy is coming in just under $2.5 million.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a cuckoo.
A cuckoo. Oh yeah.
We got to bring those Bavarian cuckoos to Summit County. They need to just have 10 stores up there.
My parents have a cuckoo.
Well, we need a store. Sell more.
Oh, a cuckoo store.
Yeah. Those are fun. We went to a cuckoo store when my mom came to visit me in Germany, and they all went off at the same time.
And the reason they call it cuckoo.
Yeah. It was pretty neat though.
No, my folks have a cuckoo clock. We broke the cuckoo clock. I think it was.
You trying to touch it
when he came out? But it was like, yeah, right off the bat.
That's funny.
Probably my brother and I.
Yeah,
could have been. So, but yeah, this one's. I think does it come furnished? Unfurnished, so you don't get the bed or maybe the sauna. Maybe you get the sauna.
I just want the squat rack.
The squat rack. Yep. It's your bench. My kid's up to like 230 or something bench.
He's lifting?
Yes.
He can squat 230?
Benching.
Oh, benching. Good Lord.
Bench pressing. Yeah, bench pressing.
Yeah, don't mess with him.
I know.
How old is he?
19.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I always think your boys are like 12 or 10.
No, my 13-year-old is not quite up to benching.
No, that's who I was thinking it was. Like, dang, 230.
Yeah. So
look at those decks, though. That is so cool.
Yeah, nice decks. This area is great. You got good trails right nearby. You got Boreas Pass, you got Baldy, and then of course there's the views. Yeah. So peak 9, peak 10 views right there.
Yeah, why wouldn't you have 3 decks if you've got all these views?
Right? Got to maximize on that.
Yeah. There it is. I saw the funniest video. I thought of you yesterday. This guy is out in the snow and he goes over to his spa and he flips the one side over and he gets in with his drink, and then this like squall picks up and it closes it on him.
That could happen. That could definitely happen.
Yeah. He looked like he didn't care.
Then he just hunkered down in there. So you can see in this picture, it's got 2 decks of garages. So you got garages above.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah. See that?
One down there and then another one up here.
Yeah. So you got like 5-car garage, maybe 6. That one's kind of deeper tandem. So
That's awesome.
yeah, pretty sweet.
I like that house a lot.
Yeah, that's
all right. Here's our last one. This one's coming at $1,400,000. 242 Shooting Star Way in Silverthorne.
Yeah, and this one, I just thought that this little setting, it's a 1983 home, so a little bit older, but it just had a really nice setting up. This is Mesa Cortina area is where this is. So from there, you got Buffalo, you've got Mesa Cortina trails, quick shot down into Silverthorne. So now, speaking of wildfires, like John was talking about on the show, this actually right above this to the left, you can kind of see that burn area. I don't know if you can. Nope, down or to your right. Up
to my right.
Like you're scratching my back.
I am. Is it this?
No, it's bigger than that. Go left. See that brown area to the left? Down.
All of these?
No.
Here?
Right there. Yep, there you go.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So that was
look at that.
That was a wildfire burn area.
Lots of sticks out there.
Yeah. So they one of the great things about up here when we have had wildfires is we got the reservoir right by. So they did a fantastic job of getting that thing out.
Was this part of the spread over here?
No,
too?
that's just wildlife defensible space. Not wildfire defensible space. You're not wildlife. They're not posting up defenses against deer.
Man, I was trying really hard to find that burn thing. I was looking at this. It's like, this looks like some alien language.
You got it.
All right, here's the house. This is the living room.
Yeah, so I think this one's got a lot of potential. I like the open floor plan. I like it. I like just the light that it gets.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah.
Oh, look at this like round room.
I think that's pretty fun. And 1.4, it's almost 3,000 square feet, so you're $484 a square foot. You're gonna probably want to put some money into updating it and stuff, but
I think the house itself looks great.
It kind of has it's kind of got some like a little bit of modern feel to it, some mid-century modern stuff going on in there. I don't have anything good to say about the kitchen, but
it's the weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
I watched that over the weekend. It's so
Oh my gosh, that is such a great show. Yeah.
I watched the part 2 where he's possessed by voodoo.
Oh, nice.
He goes out on the beach.
I just remember the first one.
I love that. He gets in a fight with some muscle-bound dude.
That was a pretty clever show.
Yeah, they did a good job with that one.
They did. So this one's a 6-bed, 6-bath, born in 1983. What else is some interesting facts about this? It's got a nice kind of downsloping lot and lots of space out behind. It's got some wonderful wallpaper. Nice. Well, I like the deck.
Yeah.
I got to go check this one out. I think this one's fun. I like, it's kind of got that little bit of funkiness to it, but I like funky houses that you can do some fun stuff with.
I was looking at all the interior shots and I was thinking we haven't seen what the outside looked like.
Yeah.
And from the street, I would never guess.
Yeah. It just looks, not much, but definitely once you get inside of it, it's got pretty sweet setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Well, that would wrap those.
It's a wrap. Okay, cool. Well, that's all we got for the Ski Summit Real Estate Show today. Thank you so much for being here and joining us. Please, again, leave us a like and a subscribe, and we hope to see you in the mountains soon. Take care.